Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. It's visible. Yeah.
Okay. So chat is also possible, no? Okay. Can I request all the students who have joined the call? Can you just type in the city you're joining the call from? So, for example, Preeto Deep, Uday Patil.
Yeah. Good evening, Professor. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
And then CS303, CS3004. Satya is from Vizag, Uday Patil is from Mumbai, Nachiket is from Pune. Okay, very good. So yeah, so what I thought I will walk through is the course content, just to give you what the course is going to be. I'm sure you'll have some questions. If you have, we can try and answer. So most of the things that we will speak as part of this course, I will also try and keep the content on this page. So this is the research group that we have, which has this page should have all the content that we're talking about. Who am I? So how many of you have already seen the course curriculum page or some information that is shared with you? Can you do a +1 if you have seen it? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, super. Oh, everybody has seen it, right? So I'm a faculty at IIT Hyderabad. Before being a faculty at IIT Hyderabad, I was a faculty at IIT Delhi for like 12 years. Then before that, PhD from CMU in computer science. But generally, my interests these days are around computational social science, social computing, privacy and security in social media. So I teach a variety of courses around this topic also. For example, on campus in January semester, I'm teaching a course called computational social science. I've taught a variety of courses in the past. This PSOSM course itself, I've taught on NPTEL for last 6-7 years or so. I think I've done like 8 editions or something like that on NPTEL, right? So I also teach some fundamental courses like foundations in computer security or database systems and all that. This course, the big meaning, I think this was fall 2010, like 12 years before, is when we started using this idea or the term called PSOSM. We were doing a lot of work around social networks analysis. So we said, okay, we should start a course. Started this course in fall 2011, but I've taught this course in variety of modes: full semester, half semester, only weekend. For example, in Brazil, UFMG is in Brazil. I went there, taught the course in like 6 weeks or 5 weeks, completed the course. Amrita, I just did it in like 2 weekends. So all modes of it was done. And then at some point in time, I started doing it on NPTEL. And then now I'm moving on to this BS program also. We have done, these are some flyers if you have not seen this before, but a couple of things about the course itself is that I think this course has gotten a huge amount of sort of say attention, attraction, visibility, both in terms of the content that we do as part of the course and in terms of the projects that has come out of this course also. So these are at different years. For example, the post on the left is April 2021. April 2020, and the right one is June 2020. So this is finishing the classes the left, feedback received from the students for the courses on the right. Similarly, one another thing that we do as part of the course, depending on the number of students in the class, we can explore if this is possible, how much this is possible also. We actually do a poster presentation at the end of the semester. These 2 pictures are in 2 different years. One is in 2015, the right-hand side is probably 2018 or 2019. So this is basically putting, it would give you the project's presentation. This is a picture after project presentation. We end up actually getting external people also to come and look at the projects of that. I don't know whether it's applicable here, but I think it will perfectly be okay if some of you want to come to campus and do something with respect to the project. Okay, so that's about the project, courses, all that. But here is a list of post conditions, right? The required so to say goals that I would have as part of the content that is getting created, as part of the content that we have, and all the activities around the course will be these four. Fourth one, I've kept it as optional, but the first three is make sure that you understand the different concerns of privacy and security on social network. You should be able to differentiate different methods in which these problems can be solved, and definitely able to collect data, analyze data, and visualize data in terms of, for example, let's take how to identify a fake account, right? How to identify whether an account is bought or not. These kind of things we will have from the starting point of collecting the data to the point of actually identifying whether it is a bot or not. With some efficiency, probability, all that can be done. The last one, we can leave it depending again on the interest, design a project to attack one problem if it's possible. Do it. I understand the dynamics, given the nature of the students in this call itself is at different parts of the country. How to do it, all that we can find out as we move forward in the class. So mostly lectures, reading research papers, but we will actually do the conversion of a research paper into a lecture. We will do the discussion about the paper, all that. Pointers for the papers would be given. If you're interested, you can go take a look at it. Of course, class discussion, questions, mailing list, all of that is there. Assessments, I think this is pretty standard, but I've just put it for completeness for myself also to know what all to be done. Weekly activities not graded, weekly homework is graded, quiz 1, quiz 2 that is graded, final exam that is graded. Office hours, so I will have and the instructors / TAs will also have office hours depending again on the size of the class and the topics that are involved. Office hours, live sessions, I will have every week, some days. And physical visit also, I think I'm very excited about having physical visit, depending on interest. But those two are ungraded in that sense. Yeah. Okay. Grading, homework 10%, quiz 1 30%, quiz 2 30%, final exam 30%. And the next two conditions that are listed here are probably the BS programs condition itself in other courses, which is eligibility to write the final exam. Average of the best out of all the out of the first 9 quizzes of weekly homeworks should be greater than or equal to 40. And eligibility to obtain the final course grade is attending the final exam. Okay. Next 2 slides will give you a sense of what topics we'll cover. This probably is, next 2 slides are probably the most technical content in this deck of slides, just to give you a sense of topics. First set of topics would be this week 1, week 2 is kept, but I think it's only notional in that sense. But by end of the course, you would have seen all of this content, which is social network 101. What is social network analysis? What are the different types of analysis you can do? What is social network itself? We should see, right? So that's what initial part of the course will be. Then we have lots of hands-on sessions on collecting data, rate limits, which network can you collect data, which network you cannot, Twitter, what is the data you can collect, Reddit, what is possible, and meaning what other networks can you actually collect data? If you can't collect data through APIs, is there any other ways to collect data, all that? That's the second part of the course. Third part of the course is, look, all this text, all this images from social media we have collected, what can we do with this, right? What kind of content do we have? Is it possible to get some meaning out of this text? So that's in that one aspect is text. So we'll deal a lot of this text data first, which is post, comments, replies. Meaning, why do I need to actually do text analysis? What is code mixing? Why code mixing is important to study, all of that part. So these, the week 2 listed here, week 3 listed here is kind of basics to get to collect data, see the data, analyze the data, all that, which we will use to build on the next set of weeks. Which is, now that you know what data is coming, what analysis could be done, can you start thinking about, okay, how could sort of say trolling be detected? How can you detect hateful speech? Can you detect cyberbullying on social media? How is Twitter being used or social media being used by law enforcement agencies? Can you actually analyze or create some methods by which they can actually use it much better? All that. That's what the next week would be. Fake news, that's going to be a large chunk because I think one of the problems that all of us end up facing in through social media is also fake news. For example, I recently got to know that even the 10th standard board exam schedule, which is supposed to happen in February and March 2023, there are fake schedules that are floating around on the internet, right? So can you actually find out where these posts and do something with it? What is fake news? What are the different types of fake content? What is manipulated content, misleading, false content? Can you do fact checking? If you can do fact checking, what kind of information, what kind of text, what kind of content do we need from social to do fact checking? What are the different fact checking organizations around the world? How do they attack this problem? All that. Next is focus primarily on privacy, which is personally identifiable information. Can you actually, for example, I see Pritodeep, right? Pritodeep Dev is his Zoom ID. If I know the Zoom ID, can I get his Twitter handle? If I get his Twitter handle, can I get his Facebook handle? If I get all of these social media footprints of Pritodeep, can I say something that is intrusive enough? Can I actually figure out his, let's take people are posting their Aadhaar card images on Twitter. Can you actually take it and do some profiling of the users, all that? So we recently did some activities around this. So we'll talk about all that in the class. The next is ethics. I think now that we have seen all of this part of, oh, look, you can collect data, you can make this analysis, you can visualize, you can do all of this. But is there a need to be careful about it? Where do you draw the line? Can you just be intrusive and get into people's activities from social and misuse the data that you're collecting, all of that, right? So you want to make sure that we don't do it and you don't do it as students learning this class. So we want to make sure that you understand the ethical side of it. What are the studies that have been done in the past where ethics have been big question? There are social media studies, platform studies that have been done where unethical practices have been followed, which kind of creates a lot of uproar, discomfort in using the platform, all of that. And of course, if you do all of these analysis, collect data, do the analysis, everything, how much valuable the results are? Is the results biased already? I mean, can you actually infer anything that is useful? That part also we'll see. Last 11 and 12 are mostly going to be the recent things that are being talked about, which is computational social science. Can you actually derive basically use societal theories, methods to in the context of computational analysis and say something interesting with the analysis that is done. So last two parts of the course is built on many things from the week one till there. So we'll look at what are the kinds of different social media studies that have been done in terms of using the results from the analysis, any societal impact, or the reverse around. Take a societal problem. How can you also try and do some solutions around that? Okay, so that's the last week. Project ideas we can skip. If there is any interest, we can come back to project. But otherwise, that's all I had to talk about. We can take any questions. Did that go well, Piyush?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, any question, Pritodeep, Satya, Uday?
Hello,
Any question?
am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
So, sir, on the course page, it's written on every week, analyze data and reports. Are these homeworks reports?
No, which one? Sorry, which week?
On every week, there's like week 4 cybercrime on social media
Yeah.
and analyze data and report.
Yeah.
So, are the graded homework some kind of reports?
Yeah. So they're all mixed, right? So essentially what that evaluation is we'll ask you to do something and you do it and submit it.
Because someone had mentioned that you had, in one session, you had asked some students to watch the movie Social Dilemma and make a report on it.
Yeah.
So is it similar to that?
It can be also, no? So that's
Okay,
not
yeah.
really, I mean, if I were to just interpret the question slightly differently and answer, would the homeworks be also both programming and non-programming? Yes, is the answer.
Okay, thank you.
We will ask you to, let's take collect, for example, now, right? Hashtag FIFA 2022 or something that's going on. For example, now, no, COVID-19 cases are increasing is what people are talking about. So can you actually collect some data, do some analysis and submit it? Given that this class number is going to be, I mean, small, keeping just the number of people who join this session, and possibly let's take some people are joining the class directly, we can actually do much more interesting things, right?
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Yeah, Pritadeep, you have anything?
Yeah, good evening, Professor. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, I had a couple of questions. Firstly, the project element of the course. In the official course page, it says that we need to design a project idea, as you mentioned. So, but in the slides, you mentioned it is optional. So,
No. I don't think so. I don't think so. The website also would say, so it must read only this part. No, it's still the optional part is there.
No, actually, that optional part is missing, and that is the confusion.
So can you put the link of the website?
Yeah. I've already put it there.
Yeah. So let's go.
Under the what you will learn section, if you check the 4th point.
It says through a mini project. No. Yeah. Okay. So I'll get the optional added. So it is not a mandatory thing. I think we went back and forth on this. In the meantime, probably the website would have gotten updated or something. Because it looks like, given that many of you, and this is a suggestion from the BS team, if you think that, no, it is possible to try doing a project and still successfully complete the project and do all of it, we can try. But the feedback that I got was, look, I think it'll be very hard for students in the class to do a project because, one, you're also very remotely sitting and trying to do coordination, all of that. So that's the reason we dropped the project idea.
Okay, actually, so far we have had project courses which are separate from theory. So we have had some additional time to do that.
Correct. Yeah, that suggestion also was given, saying that, look, you teach the course and then take projects separately.
Yeah. And sir, my second question
before we miss, Piyush, can you make a note of this and then do the updates appropriately wherever?
Yes, sir. I noted down the issue.
Yeah, Pratydeep.
Yeah, sir, my second question is, would you consider this course to be a very mathematically heavy course, or is it more on the programming and analysis part?
No, it is on the later. Yeah. It's not a mathematically heavy course.
Okay. Now, why I asked this, because I am trying to choose an optimal combination of courses, and I would not have too many mathematically heavy courses in the same term. So that is why I was asking this question.
I think you saw the week's content, right? Anyway, the answer is no. It's not a mathematically heavy course.
Got it, sir. Thanks.
It's a very applied course.
Right. All right. Got it, sir. Thanks.
Anything else? Yes.
Any other question, Nachiket? Uday? Satya? Okay.
Okay, I do have one last question. Something just came up to my mind. Do we have some OPP type evaluations in this course, or nothing of that sort?
What is OPP?
I mean, online proctored exams. Do we have any programming exams or anything of that sort for this course, or not, or only theoretical based?
So we talked about even today about this. So I think, so is this a question only for quizzes? Homeworks, I think we have decided that there will be some programming things
A
that
question is only for quizzes, because in some programming courses we have a separate programming exam as well as quizzes. So I'm just asking for this course as well. Will we have separate programming exam as well as quizzes, or just the quizzes?
just the quizzes. Let's keep it that way.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification, sir.
Okay, thanks, Pitudeep. Sir, I have one more question regarding the course. Like I noted
Yeah,
down from one student. So he's asking whether are we going to learn like how to prevent our social media account from hacking in this course?
No, I think directly hacking is not part of this course, but I think
Yeah.
the course will give you the answer if you want to respond to the student in whatever mechanism. The course will help to understand how you can protect your account. That's for sure.
Okay, yeah, that is fine.
Right? Yeah.
So, sir, like we will be scraping the data of Reddit or Twitter, is it?
No. We'll do through API. We will not do scraping.
You will mainly use Python.
Yeah, the course is built on Python.
So any other programming languages we'll need to learn as part of the course, or only Python should suffice?
Only Python should suffice in terms of data collection and everything. But otherwise, you learn tools like Giphy, all of that, which is to do social network analysis, and probably NLTK for doing some NLP task.
Okay,
all of this we'll have hands-on, so to say, tutorials given to you, how to use it, what to do, and everything.
Okay, understood. Thanks.
Okay. Any other question? Satya, Uday, Nachiket? Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay, great. So we'll be sharing the recording with the students. So yeah.
Yep. Okay, good. Yeah. Thanks for setting it up, and thanks for joining the call. And apology, it took a while to figure out to join the call. I don't know what happened, but thanks.
Yes, yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
Professor.
you, sir.
Thanks for the
Yeah,
session.
thank you, Professor. Yeah, thank you.